Tune in for the rhythms that make you feel alive. And get ready to power up your day every day on Power 365 Radio, broadcasting from the city of Ibadan. Follow us for top-notch news and entertainment updates. Don't miss a thing. So, pick up your phone and follow us on Facebook at Power 365 FM, Instagram at Power365_FM. Power 365 Radio, your number one online Southwest radio. This is Power 365 Radio. Get ready to experience dynamic energy and professionalism. At Power 365 Radio, we pride ourselves on being your go-to source for authentic news and insight. Be it breaking news, thought-provoking discussions, we are your number one online radio station in Southwest Nigeria. We are dedicated to delivering you informed, entertained, and engaged. Stay connected on Power 365 Radio by following us on all our social media platforms. On Facebook at Power 365 FM, Instagram at Power 365_FM. Power 365 Radio, your source for news and insight. This is Power 365 Radio. Get ready to experience dynamic energy and professionalism. At Power 365 Radio, we pride ourselves on being your go-to source for authentic news and insight. Be it breaking news, thought-provoking discussions, we are your number one online radio station in Southwest Nigeria. We are dedicated to delivering top-notch content that keeps you informed, entertained, and engaged. Stay connected on Power 365 Radio by following us on all our social media platforms. On Facebook at Power 365 FM, Instagram at Power 365_FM. Power 365 Radio, your source for news and insight.
Bye.
Alright, glory to the Father, all honor to Him. Today, the 14th day in the 8th month of the year 2024. Well, we're approaching the half of the month, or let me say we're already there. Yeah, tomorrow makes it 15th of the month. And the month will be diced into two. It's but the midweek edition, the 14th of August edition. Let's not forget this is my month. So I've been in high spirits since the starting of this month, and as it's going to be the next birthday. Alright, James Aremu is my name. And this is the frequency for those that are viewing us, streaming us, or listening for the first time. This is the frequency of Power 365 FM, situated in the city of Ibadan, the brand roof city. Alright, we've got no time to waste because we have limited time on the show today. You know what we'll do? We'll start from the MPFL, then from there we'll talk about the national teams, we'll talk about Nigerian players that are involved in one transfer window or the other. Then from there we'll go foreign, we'll talk about other sports, and we'll return to football, and we're gonna call it a day. Alright, let's kick off the show. Yemi Onlineradiobox has said he understands the pressure of managing a top club like Enyimba International, but he's determined to make his stay at the club a success. Onlineradiobox was confirmed as the substantive head coach of the Aba Giant on Tuesday, that was yesterday. The former Golden Eaglet assistant coach signed a one-year contract with the two-time African champion. The 32-year-old declared he is looking forward to a successful stay at the club. According to him, he says, as the head coach of Enyimba, I know the prayer and what it means to leave the team. This is not my first year, but my third year at the club. I understand what the fans want. Coaching Enyimba is a high prayer job. This was according to Yemi Onlineradiobox, speaking after he was unveiled at the Aba club. Enyimba is currently rebuilding their squad following the departure of 7 players at the end of last season. Onlineradiobox acknowledged the task ahead, but he said the new signings have the quality to take the club to greater heights. According to him, he says, we have good players and made some excellent signings. We are focused on integrating them quickly and efficiently. Nobody will listen to excuses. They only want results, and they want them as soon as possible. Onlineradiobox's objective for the upcoming season includes securing a top position in the Nigeria Premier Football League (NPFL) and advancing to the group stages of the CAF Confederation Cup in the continental competition. Our first goal is to reach the group stages for the league. Settling for second position is not acceptable. We are aiming for top spot and we will fight for it, Onlineradiobox declared. Remo Stars coach Daniel Ogumodede is delighted to have extended his stay with the two-time Nigeria Premier Football League runners-up. He shared his excitement after the club announced he would remain at the M until 2027 on Tuesday, that was yesterday. Ogumodede signed a 3-year contract that binds him to the club until 2027 ahead of their 2024-2025 CAF Champions League and the Nigeria Premier Football League campaign. According to the statement that was released by the club, it says we are glad to announce that Daniel Ogumodede signed an extension to remain as the head coach of our club until 2027. This was according to the club statement announced via X on Tuesday. Ogumodede's extension comes 5 days before their CAF Champions League preliminary game against familiar foes AS FAR. That is AS FAR Rabat of Morocco, and the gaffer believes the club's trust is an extra motivation for him ahead of the new season. According to him, he says, saying I'm glad is an understatement for me. This is my club, my project. I've been here for a couple of years now, doing my thing and working relentlessly hard with a consistent behavioral pattern. My good thing is I'm happy that the club can see what I've done so far to have counted me worthy to have another contract extension. It is a big motivation for me to know that they appreciate what I've done so far. This was according to Daniel Ogumodede. Ogumodede joined Remo Stars in 2016 as an assistant head coach. He guided the team to the top flight from the second division in 2021 before proceeding to their sister club in Portugal, Rennes, for an upgrade. He returned to Nigeria in 2022 to assume the role of head coach of the MPL4 club and finished second behind Enyimba during the abridged 2023 season. Last season, he also came close to winning his first league title with Remo Stars, but finished second behind the eventual champions. Talking about a Ranger, Enugu Ranger. After facing AS FAR Rabat of Morocco in the CAF Champions League preliminary round on Sunday, Umodede and his Remo Stars contingent will begin the MPFL season with a match day 1 fixture at Abia Warriors. All right. Away from the MPL4Gs, let's talk about the national team. But before we do that, after steering Sunshine Stars to survive the Nigeria Premier Football League relegation battle last season, Kennedy Boboye said the club's ambition in the 2024-2025 campaign is to win the title. Boboye, a two-time MPL4 winning coach as Plateau United, that was in 2017, and Aqua United in 2021, returned to Sunshine Stars for a second stint before the start of the second stanza of last season and turned their fortunes around by finishing 10th in the table with 52 points, despite their stuttery start. What the Owena Babes, the Owena Waves rather, their female team is the Owena Babes. The Owena Waves are currently in Baessa for the Governor Duoye Diri pre-season tournament, which they started with a 1-0 win over host Baessa United on Monday. One of their new signings, Ismail Ayodele, terrorized the host with his eyes on goal throughout the match, wasting no time to score the only goal in the 35th minute of that game. After the win, Boboye said the tournament was to be used to assess the players for their mission. According to Kennedy, Boboye says we will work on the areas where we observe we are not doing well. Our target is to win the league. Nothing short of that. We are not there yet. We are just a week in. By the time we stay together for 2 or 3 weeks, we will be better than what people are seeing here. Since their CAF Champions League and CAF Confederation Cup campaign between 2011 and 2012, Kennedy Boboye has managed one of the most successful finishes for the club in the MPL4 in almost a decade. 6th position during the 2015 campaign. He was in charge of Sunshine Stars in 2015-14 season when they fell off the title race against Enyimba and also missed out on what would have been a return to CAF Interclub football after 3 years. All right, let's head for the national team news. Okay, well, let me start with this. Former chairman of the Gombe Football Association, Shaibu Ahmed Gara Gombe, has seriously warned the Minister of Sport Development, talking about John Enoch, from interfering in the elections of the various sport federations. The fiery sport critic spoke against the backdrop of the ministers threatening to rid the federations of officials who are not adding any value to sport development following the country's APSMA outing at the 2024 Olympic Games that just concluded in Paris, France on Sunday. With frowning on the wastage of 9 billion naira budget, Gara Gombe reasoned that the minister's plan to attract the wrath of the various international bodies with the federations that are affiliated. He warned the minister not to interfere in the electoral process, but should ensure the key positions are filled by the right people. According to him, he says, I support the minister's plan to ensure the right persons to occupy key positions at the various sport federations, but it should not interfere their elections. as not to end the wrath of the international bodies they are affiliated to. You should only ensure by the right people hold key position in the various federations, it said on channels television on Tuesday. Where Garagumbi also said, for instance, the National Olympic Committee received billions of nairas, yes, as a grant from the International Olympic Committee, and no one has bothered to ask what they do with the money. Now we have just wasted 9 billion naira in Peru without erecting a goal pole. Nigeria fielded 88 athletes in 12 sports in Peru and ended up without a medal. The eighth time the country will suffer the same fate. In 90 appearances at the multi-sport event, she's making its debut at the 1952 edition in Helsinki. The minister expressed his displeasure at the embarrassing outcome, threatening to cast sieve in the various sport federations at the forthcoming elections. For the Olympic Games, Paris 2024 have ended, and I accept that our performance should have been a lot better. It obviously fell short of our objectives, expectations, and hopes of Nigeria. I must apologize to our compatriots and reflect on what went wrong while looking forward to the Paralympic Games. In all this, the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Federation, His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, ensured that funds were not a limiting factor. Athletes competition requirements were provided, allowances were paid early, and training grants were disbursed to all athletes. I made myself readily available to deal with any issue throughout the competition. Therefore, the underwhelming performance of our team is puzzling. We owe Nigerians an explanation. This was Owejon Eno lamenting in a statement on Sunday. Owejon Eno claimed Nigeria's preparation for Paris were streamlined to only federations with bright chances of qualifying for the Olympics. He also blamed the federations for prioritizing qualification over preparations, adding that the federation resisted and defended their selections following complaints. After the African Games, subsequent meetings were limited to the federations that had bright chances of qualifying for the Olympics, he said. Medal projections were made by all the federations, although their athletes were trying to qualify, which lasted until about June 2024. The concerned federations obviously prioritized qualification over preparations for the games. This seems to have always been the case. This has to change. At the end of the qualification period, the selection of athletes and coaches was the absolute responsibility of each federation. A few attempts to question selection after I got complaints were strongly resisted and defended, says Owejon Eno. Alright, former Super Eagles captain John Mikel Obi has said he and Didier Drogba are trying to convince Victor Osimhen to join Chelsea from Napoli. Osimhen has a 130 million euros release clause in his current contract and is almost certain to leave Italy this summer. The 25-year-old has been linked with a deal that will see Romelu Lukaku move the other way. Mikel Obi has now revealed that Osimhen likes Chelsea and fans will see him very soon. He said, we want somebody who can finish, score goals, be tapping, someone like Eli Allen. That's something Victor Osimhen will bring to Chelsea. I hope that Chelsea fans will finally see him come to the club. I will make sure I send him those text messages and calls, making sure Chelsea is his top priority. Didier Drogba is also speaking to him, sharing his own ideas of what the club means to us. We all want to see Victor Osimhen come to the club. That was according to Mikel Obi. Straight Straight up, let's talk about Nigerian players that are involved in the transfer activities going on as at the moment, and those that are in the news. Especially, there's this player that will be showing Real Madrid what is God tonight. Ademola Lookman will be looking to make history as the fourth Nigerian to win the UEFA Super Cup when Atalanta take on Real Madrid today. The encounter is slated for the National Stadium, Warsaw, Poland. Only three Nigerians, Finidi George, Nwako Kanu, and Celeste Babayaro, have won the Super Cup in the past. Finidi George and Kanu won the title in Dutch. With Dutch giant Ajax in 1995. Babayaro repeated the same feat 3 years later, winning the title with Chelsea. Atalanta are playing in their first UEFA Cup final. And it's all thanks to Lookman, whose hat-trick fired them to a 3-0 victory over Bayer Leverkusen in the final of the UEFA Europa League in May. Bayern Jan Gasperini's side, their second piece of silverware in 117 years. Atalanta manager Gianpiero Gasperini is backing on Ademola Lookman for victory in the UEFA Cup clash with Real Madrid. Lookman, like I said earlier, was the hero of Atalanta's UEFA Europa League success last season. Gasperini hopes the winger can deliver the goods for the Ladi again. I think he's doing very well. He was one of the first to come back from his holidays. There are players who started a little earlier and others later. Ademola is one of the players who is in the best form. That was Gian Gasperini talking to the press conference. From Ademola Lookman G's, Nigeria international Gift Urban admitted he had a difficult start to his Olympic Lyon career following his winter arrival at the Ligue 1 club. During an interview with Lasco, the 22-year-old described his first season at the club as challenging, with having struggled to adapt to life at Groupama Stadium. After an outstanding season with Belgian club Gent, the Benue-born striker was signed by the 7-time League 1 champions in January 2024 for a reported fee of 12 million euros. He managed just 3 goals in 16 appearances across all competitions, but greater expectations were placed on the Nigerian following his arrival at the club. Gift Urban acknowledged that he initially struggled to adjust to his new environment, but now feels settled and ready to contribute to the club's effort to re-establish themselves as one of the top teams in Europe. According to him, it was my first time at the club, and it was difficult to settle in because I was playing under a new manager and in a different environment. Not getting my minutes on the pitch made things even more challenging, but that's normal in football. I'll just keep working hard. The French league is tough and very physical, but I have no excuses. I'm here to give my best. My relationship with my manager, Sarah Sage, is good, and there's a mutual respect between us. This was according to Gift Urban. They lost 2-0 to Arsenal in Sunday's Emirates Cup clash, but the striker said they were focused on having a great season. According to him, he were disappointed with the loss to Arsenal, but it was a challenging match against a formidable opponent. Even though we gave it our all, we came up short. That's how football goes. But we've moved on from the loss. We'll keep putting in the hard work, as the main target is to ensure we have a great season. Alright, Sadiq Umar Sadiq Omar's time with La Liga Afi Real Sociedad may be coming to an end for a according to a Spanish publication, AS, after they confirmed that the club are ready to sell the striker, setting a €20 million asking price. Earlier in May, the striker requested to leave Real Sociedad following another turbulent season with the Basque club. It's been a difficult 2-year spell for the Super Eagles striker, who is joining the club from Almeria during the 2022 summer for €20 million. Sadiq started the 2022-2023 season in fine form, scoring 3 goals in 5 matches with a debut goal for the Xuri Udina against Atletico Madrid before suffering the injury that saw him out of actions for 11 months. This is return from the anterior cruciate ligament injury. Sadiq has struggled to return to his best. After making his return in 2023 and 2024 season, that was last season against Girona, Sadiq was unable to make his way into Emmanuel Alguacil's starting 11, playing a total of 1,070 minutes from a possible 3,330 minutes, and starting just 12 of the club's 38 La Liga games. Ahead of the new season, Sociedad have made a decision on the Nigerian's future, but are hoping to recoup the money spent on him 2 seasons ago. Sadiq Omar and Real Sociedad are doomed to come to an understanding. Both the player and the club are looking to end the relationship that began 2 summers ago when the Gubuzokian paid €20 million to secure the services of the Almeria striker. To date, the Nigerian order has not met expectations. Both parties are working favorably on his departure. Clubs as Genoa and Sevilla are they are currently showing interest in signing him, for the San Sebastian club at a tough nut to crack in the negotiations. According to AS, Real Sociedad are demanding at least €50 million plus percentage of a future sale of the transfer of their striker, an unaffordable figure for the clubs that mostly deemed the loan of the 19 texture burden, but his high salary demand is another impediment. Real Sociedad want to recoup a large part of the investment made, so they reject any loan formula and are open to financial agreement. Meanwhile, Sadiq Omar has emerged as a priority target for Getafe, who lost Enes Ona during the winter as he joined Andoni Iraola at the Premier Club AFC Bournemouth. Alright, let's talk about Victor Osimhen once again. Renowned prophet and founder of the INRI Evangelical Spiritual Church, Primate Elijah Ayodele has urged Super Eagles striker Victor Osimhen to not be moved to Chelsea, claiming that the striker will not have the best of time should he join the London club. The cleric made this statement in a 44-second video on the social media. I want to quickly advise as directly Osimhen should not go to Chelsea, because if he goes there, he will not shine and it will kill his career. NFF, if Osimhen should go to Chelsea, don't call him again. And also calling him to Super Eagles still needs to be previewed properly, because we have what it takes to the World Cup and Nations Cup. It's not the first time that the Primate has prophesied about the London club. In 2023, that was last year, he equally claimed that the English Premier League clubs were cursed and needed cleansing. Chelsea are a Finnish club. If they are not careful, they will not function again. People who bought Chelsea should go back to the owner and get his blessing. This was according to Premier Elijah Ayodele. He says Chelsea are. It says otherwise, if they put 10 to 20 strikers, defenders, and the best goalkeepers in the world, there is a cause troubling Chelsea at the moment. I've told you not to take these words very seriously if you want to progress. Otherwise, Chelsea can go to relegation. Any team that now faces Chelsea can beat them. They need spiritual cleansing for them to wake up to challenge. The challenge that is ahead of them. The Blues needed a striker capable of guaranteeing them goals and are eager to sign the Nigeria international after a deal for Atletico Madrid forward, talking about Samuel Omorodion collapse. Osimhen, just 25 years of age, is said to be ranking prominently on the wish list to lead their line during the 2024-2025 season. But with just a few weeks left before the transfer window shut down, Napoli is working tirelessly to get the Nigerian striker off their books. And with Chelsea still interested in him, Osimhen seems to be urgent to Stamford Bridge. In other sports, Authority Samuel's journey into the world of basketball began in a way I never imagined. Despite showing no initial interest in sports, she was drawn into the game through the influence of her classmate at Dominguez College in Ejeba, Warri State. In Warri Delta State, rather. Standing at 5'11", she told Punch Extra, rather, of the unexpected path that led to her falling in love with basketball. A journey inspired by courage and persistence and marked my family challenges and eventual triumphs. I was 15 when I was interested in basketball, and I was still 13 when I started playing basketball. I was in GSS1. How I started playing was a funny one because I wasn't even interested in the game. I saw some of my classmates and friends on the basketball court after school trying to throw the ball into the net. For some reason, it was fun to them. Even though they didn't know the rules, they invited me to join them, but I refused because I didn't want to get injured. I was supposed to be on my way home. For a while, someone simply observed from the sidelines, intrigued but persistent. Yet the pull of the game became irresistible. Let me quickly give you these local gist from the football world. Edo State Governor Godwin Obaseki has charged the state-sponsored women's team and Nigeria Women's Football League champions, Edo Queens, to pick the Wafu BKF Women's Champions League ticket as they continue their quest in their second group match against Ghana's Asakas on Wednesday, which is today in Ivory Coast. The Queens began their campaign in the regional qualifiers on Sunday with a resounding 5-0 win over AO Etincelle of Burkina Faso. The Nigeria Women Football League champions will hope to continue their winning momentum when they take on Ghanaian champions and book an early slot in the semi-final. Alright, Benji, 2008 Olympic Games medalist talking about Chika Chukwumerije has encouraged Nigerian athletes from the Paris 2024 Olympics not to see themselves as failures despite not winning any medal at the Global Sport Fiesta. Nigeria failed to win any medal at Paris 2024, just like it panned out at London 2012 and 6 previous editions. Chukwumerije described them as champions in their own right and urged them to focus on future opportunities, especially Los Angeles 2008 and Brisbane 2032 Olympics. Let's get back to football. Yeah, let's get straight back to football on the foreign receipt because I have less than 2 minutes to sign out. Real Sociedad have been in contract for weeks. Former bid part of the process after long verbal talks over deal structure. Similar to Calafiori's story, clubs negotiating best solution. Marino wants Arsenal and contract 100% agreed. So let's see what's going to happen in the next few days. Fenerbahce manager Jose Mourinho Jose Mourinho was not impressed after the team was eliminated. Talking about Fenerbahce from the Champions League in the third qualifying round by Lille. This means the Turkish club will play Europa League football this new season. Mourinho's men lost 3-2 on aggregate over the two legs, with Lille's winning goal scored from the penalty spot slip into extra time as the game looks set for a shootout rather. Premier League CEO Richard Masters has said it's time for Manchester City to answer the 115 financial charges levied against them. The inquiry was initially scheduled to take place later this year. However, it has now been moved up to September. Arsenal has confirmed it has banned about 24 supporters for abusive and discriminatory behavior during last season. The Gunners disclosed this in a statement from their website yesterday ahead of their Premier League opener with Wolves on Sunday. Alright, Real Madrid will play Atalanta tonight in the UEFA Super Cup final. The trophy is competed for between teams that won UEFA Champions League and Europa League before the new season kicks off. Let's not forget that some season back, Madrid defeated Borussia Dortmund 2-1 in the Champions League final. Okay, talking about this year, Jerry. This year, Madrid defeated Dortmund in 2-1 in the Champions League final. Atalanta trashed Bayer Leverkusen 3-0 in the Europa League final. What are the 10 things you need to know about the next one? Talking about the UEFA Super Cup. Real Madrid are looking to claim a record 6 UEFA Super Cup. This is Madrid's 9th appearance in the Super Cup, in which they won 5 and lost 3. The National Stadium in Warsaw is the 12th stadium to host the Super Cup since the fixture switched from its long-term home of Monaco. Carlo Ancelotti is currently level with Pep Guardiola on 4 Super Cup victories. Ancelotti is one of 5 men to have won the trophy as both player and coach alongside Guardiola, Diego Simeone, Luis Enrique and Zinedine Zidane. The Champions League winners have won the Super Cup in 10 of the last 11 clashes. The exception being Atletico Madrid's 2018 win over Real Madrid. Atalanta are the 7th Italian club to feature in the Super Cup after AC Milan, Juventus, Sampdoria, Parma, Lazio, and Inter Milan. Atalanta are seeking to welcome the 2016 to lift the trophy and the second successive new winners after Manchester City last season. Italian clubs have won 9 of their 13 Super League appearances. There is no extra time in the UEFA Super Cup. The score is leveled after 90 minutes. The match goes directly to penalty kick. Alright, Chelsea are facing a possible transfer ban, with Premier League CEO Richard Masters giving an update about investigation into the club for potential financial breaches. When Roman Abramovich was the owner of the club, Abramovich owned the Blues between 2003 and 2022 until he was sanctioned by UK government. The 57-year-old was eventually disqualified as the director of the club following Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, join me again tomorrow from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. My name is James Oluwadotimi Aremu. Au revoir.